Hello everyone, how are you all? This is not how I open my podcasts, but I am just very excited to be back. Hello. My name's Emily, I'm a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer, and today we're going to be doing my weekly podcast, so I'll cover all of the crafty goodness that I've been up to in the last week or so. As you can tell, I'm a little bit excited to be back. It's been a little while since I've done a podcast. Don't think I did one in July. I think June was the last podcast because during July I was doing Vlogmas in July, and thank you all so much for your support on those videos. It really means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. I did peter off towards the end because work got a little busy, so yeah, I would say it didn't go to plan, but no it did, because I worked on advents and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much, I really appreciate it. My apologies everyone. Goodness me, it's all started a bit chaotic today. Anyway, my apologies for the jump in the video. I can't remember where I got to, but we're going to go from how am I, how's my week? It's been fantastic. It's just been brilliant. So this week I'm back at work, so I started work again on Monday. Last week was the week that I had off with Rob. So before that week started, going way back, I went to London with my friend to see Luke Combs. That was the best experience ever. I highly recommend, if you like Luke Combs and you're wondering whether or not you should go to a concert, yes you should. It's just brilliant. It was so good. I do have to preface that a little bit, because if you're not a fan of crowds, Wembley Stadium is perhaps not the venue for you. Because I pre-warned my friend, because Rob and I have been to Wembley Stadium a number of times and experienced this. Had I not experienced it, it would have been very jarring to me. So essentially, Wembley Stadium is quite big. There's a lot of people that you can fit in Wembley Stadium. And when you leave Wembley Stadium, a lot of people are generally going to be using the tubes. There are two stations. One of them is about a 10, 15, 20-ish 15-minute, we'll say, walk from the stadium. The other one is right by the stadium. Majority of people will go to the one that's right by the stadium, and literally it is jam-packed. People just waiting to get on the tube, and then when you get to the tube station, everyone is crammed on the tube station, and then you cram into the train, basically. So if that sounds horrific to you, probably not Wembley. Wembley is probably not your best bet. But, I mean, I've done it a couple of times. The first time I did it with the American football, it was very jarring. But then I do go to Le Mans every year. And Le Mans, I have a similar experience. Not so much in the queuing for, more so much on the transport, because we get on the tram to go into Le Mans city centre for the drivers' parade when we go to Le Mans, and that is rammed. It is heaving. And then you also get on the buses to go around the circuit if you want to get somewhere quicker. I say quicker, it's probably not quicker because you have to wait for ages, and then you're squeezed onto this bus, and it's a bit of an experience really. But I'm used to that now, so for me it's not too jarring an experience. But I did pre-warn my friend, and she said that she did have a bit of a moment, but I was with her and I was able to talk her through it. And I was able to see a platform that was quieter. I said quieter, it still wasn't quiet, but I managed to manoeuvre us through the crowd to get to this other platform so that she could have some space. So I would just preface that. Wembley Stadium is busy, so just be aware of that. But other than that, it was amazing. I loved it so much, as did my friend. We both had the best time at the concert. The songs he chose were brilliant, and the crowd was amazing. Everyone was singing along, having the best time. I will put in some footage here. Now, as much as I would like to, I won't be putting the audio in, just because I don't want to risk a copyright strike. So that's why there's no music. But it was just so good. It really was. And the ambience, the whole thing felt amazing. Brilliant, best. I would highly recommend for sure. Now, what have I been up to? Other than that, Rob and I had the week off last week, and I don't even know how to word it. I'm just like, oh my God, it was the best thing ever. It really, really was. Rob and I don't generally take time off together to spend at home. Usually when we take time off from work, we're going somewhere, anywhere, holiday, visiting family, visiting friends. We're not generally booking time off to spend time here. So that was fantastic in and of itself, because we just needed to breathe. We needed time. And we got that last week. We really did. And it was just amazing. And I miss it already, just because I didn't have to get up at a specific time. It was just nice to wake up and think, what should we do today? And then we'd go out somewhere. We went to Duxford, we went to Jordan's Mill, which is a breakfast cereal, by the way, Jordan's here in the UK. Really nice place, really lovely lunch, very good. And you can get loads of funky stuff there, like dried fruits and oats and all that stuff. You can also get their muesli there as well. Anyway, went there. We went to IKEA. Other shops are available, but you may have noticed there's a new glow over here. It's a new lamp, finally. We've been wanting to get a lamp for a very, very long time, a good few years, and we finally found the lamp, and it's beautiful. I mean, look at that colour of glow. In the evening, that is the perfect ambience for the house. It's gorgeous. So we're going to get another one for the other side, and then we're going to get a standy one to go over there, which is going to be great. Managed to do loads of house stuff. Rob cleared his crafting area, which is where he does his model kits, and he's even started painting them again, which I am over the moon about, because he's not done that for so long. So to see him sat there doing his model kits fills my heart with joy. It was also Rob's birthday last week as well, so that was very exciting. And he has some nice new model kits down here that he spent his birthday money on. I'd already bought his birthday present a little while ago, so we already had that, but I did get him a cake and some beer as well. He doesn't like a fuss for his birthday, neither do I actually. So it's very low-key celebration, but he had a brilliant time, and we both really needed this downtime. And we just needed the time around the house as well. We've ripped things out of cupboards. We've started just rearranging the house. Can't tell you. It's just one of those things. It's just amazing that you just need to do, but you just don't take the time to do. But we did it last week, and I'm so happy that we did. And Rob just feels so happy as well. The best thing. So, so good. Right, anyway, enough of that. I'm sticking to the floor because I am wearing shorts. I am living in shorts and vest tops. Obviously, I've put something else on over the top of the vest top right now. We are in another heat wave here in the UK, and I'm not impressed, but yes. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on the weather. But that is also why the lighting's a bit odd, because I've got the back curtains closed. I do not want to open those curtains because I will never get this room cooled down enough if I open those, so it's not happening. And we're going to see how we get on with the light. It does look a bit odd with the sort of orangey light there and then the like blue light over there. It's a bit odd, but hey, we're going with it. So let's get stuck in, because we're probably over 10 minutes in and I've not even touched upon any crafty goodness. So, updates. I do have an update for you, and it's just to touch upon Vlogtober. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but yes, I am doing Vlogtober. I don't know, I don't think I'm going to do daily. I might do a couple of days. Vlog a couple of days and then release, vlog a couple of days and release. Possibly. I think that might be how I'm going to tackle it in terms of the frequency of videos. But the main thing for Vlogtober is that I have decided that I won't be doing the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along this year. As you all know, previous years, that tends to be what I do in Vlogtober. I start the Mystery Knit Along and then it basically consumes the entirety of October. Now, that's not a problem. It's exciting. I love a mystery. Fantastic. But two things. I have a lot of shawls already. So I don't necessarily need another shawl. I have 2 on my needles right now, 3 on my needles right now. So I don't need to be adding another one to it. Second reason is I have a lot of works in progress that really, really need to be finished. So what I have decided is I'm going to spend October focusing on my works in progress. I haven't quite nailed down how I'm going to start rotating the projects, but my plan is potentially to have a wheel and spin the wheel each day, have all my works in progress, most of them, not all of them. I'm going to be a bit picky, but I'm going to have a wheel with the works in progress on, I'm going to spin it, and then that day is the project that I work on, is what the wheel picks. What the wheel picks is what I'm going to be working on for that day. It kind of was a bit backwards the way I said it the first time, but that is kind of my plan for Vlogtober, because I really want to get out of the habit of having so many projects. Yes, I will always have multiple projects on the go at any one time. That's absolutely fine, but it has got a little bit out of hand in the sense that there are projects I haven't touched for a long time. So if I can bring them out and try and get them worked on, if not finished, then that's older works in progress gone and I can start casting on again. Also, I have a lot of projects that I need finishing before December, so that will also help me do that as well, is my hope. Now, I think even if I do this wheel idea, it's not going to be set in stone, because I might not necessarily, there might be a certain project that the wheel selects and then I'm like, don't really want to work on that. So yeah, I'm going to give myself grace in that sense as well. But that is kind of where I'm going with Vlogtober this year. It's going to be more of a finish things October is what I'm going to try and do. But that is kind of where I'm at with that, really. Right, okay, so that brings us to the next item. I've just, there's been a jump in the video because I had to go and get a blanket that I could sit on. I keep sticking to the floor. You don't need to know that, but yeah, it's a very warm day. Anyway, finished objects. I have none for you this week. There are 2 that I am really close on finishing and probably could have finished for this video, but I haven't. So yeah, that's that. Works in progress though, I have a lot to show you. So I will start with this one, which is the beautiful Folk Yarn Studio Advent that I am currently knitting up as a dress. And this is the Seamless Scrap Dress by Lavanya Patricella. Oh, it's just gorgeous, it really is. I mean, you've seen this quite a few times now, but all I'm doing is just working my way down the skirt portion of the dress. So you've already seen the top portion if you've been watching along, and I'm working on the skirt portion. So I think the last time you saw it possibly was here, possibly. So I have done, let's just do that. I have done a decent amount from here to here. And it is slowly getting there. And I do feel that it is going to be long enough, because I was a little bit nervous that it wasn't going to be long enough. But I think my measurements are sound and it's going to be fine. I'm currently working on colour 21. Something's just fallen down. It's the jellyfish. There you are. Right. I am currently working through colour 21. So then I've got 3 more colours to go after this. So I really do think it's going to be fine in terms of length. I'm so happy with this, I really am. The rounds are ridiculously long. I'm using 4 ply fingering weight on needle size, wait for this, 3mm. So it's a little bit much in terms of the time it takes me to knit around, but getting really close now, really am. I think once I've done the skirt, I've not looked at the pattern for ages, but I think, where is it, skirt? Yes, okay, so there is ribbing at the bottom of the dress, so there will be a little bit more after I've done the 24 minis. So it's just gorgeous. Oh, and also with the yarn, it's tweedy base. So it's got those lovely neps in there as well. Really, really nice. So the advent itself is by Folk Yarn Studio. It was the Buffy advent from last year, 2025. But I am also, this colour, this variegated colour here, this blue, that is the 100 gram skein from that advent, but the darker, almost black colour here, that is Bird Street yarn, and I think I've taken the yarn out the bag. It's so annoying. I believe it's in the colourway Stonewashed, but it is exactly the same base as this advent, which is that nep base, which I do have it here. There you go, the tweedy base. So that is there, and it's just gorgeous. It really is. But as I say, it's very, very long rounds. This is currently bedtime knitting, so when I'm reading my book, when I'm in bed, if it's not too warm, I will be knitting on this and just getting a couple of rounds in if I can. Although last night I think it was just one round and then I was ready to snooze, so not getting a massive amount done at the minute, but obviously it's been a little bit of time since you have last seen this, but it's gorgeous. So happy. But that is the dress. And yeah, I'm hoping to get the advent projects that I've got on my needles at the minute. I'm hoping to get them finished sooner than later if I can, because then it just means that when it comes to advent season, I can do my advent prep video. So my advent prep video will be just going through advent projects that I've made in the past, thoughts and feelings. I will also go through the advents that I've got, and plans for those advents is what that video will be. But it would just be nice to get the advent projects that are currently in progress complete for that video. So I've got a bit of time, but that is another reason why for Vlogtober I would very much like to actually focus on getting things finished. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good all round, really. The next one, okay, this one, I don't even know how this happened, but essentially this project is a project that I am doing alongside Jo, the lovely Jo from Hooked and Happy podcast. She and I, well, she mentioned this pattern initially, and then I got excited and thought, I have that kind of yarn and I think it's going to work perfectly. Fantastic pattern. So basically it's using a sock set. So you've got your 100 gram skein with your 20 gram mini. So a sock set. And it is a shawl. It is the Coffee Date shawl by Under the Olive Tree. Hold on. Oh my gosh. But anyway, yes, so I messaged Jo and I said, oh yeah, that looks amazing. Let me know when you're casting on and it would be lovely to do it with you. Can't find the front picture. Hang on, I know it's here. Oh, there it is. Right, so there you go. Under the Olive Tree, the Coffee Date shawl. As you can see, the 100 gram is the main colour, and then you've got the contrast colour being the 20 gram mini. So yes, we decided to cast on. We cast on together, and I'm not 100% sure where Joey's up to because I am really behind with everyone's YouTubes. So over the next couple of days, over the weekend, I'm really hoping to get caught up with everyone's YouTubes. As I said, or did I? I might not have said. I kind of had a digital detox. Detox sounds a bit... I kind of laid off the digital things last week. I kind of wanted to reset myself and just kind of... Because I always have a headphone in my ear and I'm either listening to an audiobook or listening to YouTube. So I really wanted to take that headphone out and be a bit more present with everything that's going on. It's another thing that I'm kind of working on. So that was really beneficial for me. And the downside is that I'm really behind with everyone's YouTubes. So I will be catching up. Anyway, I don't know where Jo is on hers, but when you last saw mine, I wasn't that far through. And then obviously for the whole of July, I didn't work on it. But for some weird reason this weekend, I picked this up and thought, do you know what? I'm going to see how far I can get. And it's pretty far is the answer to that. So are you ready for this? I'm still surprised this is how far I've got. So this is where I got to the last time you saw it. So, oh, there you go. Here. So from here to here. Now I am here. I don't even know how I managed this. I just had a wind with it. So I don't know if you can even see where I was. I was here. And that's how much I did over the weekend. And this week, of course. But that's crazy, isn't it? I am surprised at myself about this, to be honest. Because usually I'm not that quick with getting projects done. But for some weird reason, the pattern just clicked. And that was it. I was away. And it's just lovely. So you can just about see there is there are two different spines where the stitches are either coming out of or going into. So you've got these holes here, which aren't yarn overs, but they are little holes. And then you've got the spine where the decreases are, but the stitches are coming out of. And that's basically for the whole of that pink bit. It looks so nice in these colours. I am so happy. And then my contrast colour is this gorgeous black. I don't know if you can see, actually. I might have to screw it up a bit and then do it in the light. I don't think you can just about see it there. It's sparkle yarn. So I'll do that again. You might be able to catch it. The sparkles are gold, so they might be a little bit harder to see. But they are there, trust me, they're just very subtle. But I love this so much. This is using a sock set from Beehive Yarns. It was the colourway Pink Lady. So you've got this beautiful pink with these gorgeous black, red speckles. Well, I'd say they're dark pink, but they almost look red in places. Lovely. And then this gorgeous black contrast. It's so, so lovely. And I'm really looking forward to blocking this. I've got to hold it this way. It might drape a bit better. There we go. But yes, I'm really looking forward to blocking this, and I've got it wrong way around. Seeing how it looks when it's blocked, but it's beautiful. It's coming out a bit pale there. So it is a bit pinker than it's looking here. The pink is a bit darker. I love it so much. It is fantastic. And as you can see, I am really close to finishing now. I am on the final pink section before I then do a black edge border. Now, I've got this much left of the black, which I reckon is going to be fine for that last edge border. So there's that last edge border. I reckon this amount is going to be okay. The only thing I'm concerned about is the amount of pink I've got left, because the amount of pink I've got left, I've got to do one more of that repeat. So one more of this. I have done the first row. One more of this. I've done the first row. I've just got to do the remaining rows to complete that. And then there is an I-cord bind off in that colour at the bottom that you can just about see there. So this is how much I've got left. I reckon I might be pushing it to do the I-cord bind off with that. I think, how much did I measure? So, no, it's not that one. Is it this one? It might be this one. Oh, it is this one. This is 6.5 grams of yarn. I have 7 more rows to do in this yarn. They're taking me about 0.7 grams a time. So I don't think I'm gonna, I can try, I can always try. And then if I haven't got enough, I can always finish it off with this. It'll be fine. But what I have been doing, just to try and give myself flexibility with this yarn, is I have been carrying that yarn. You can see it here. I've been carrying it up the side. The only yarn, as you can see, that I haven't been carrying up is the black, just because it would show really easily through the pink for the carry up, and also because the distance is bigger than that distance. But that's the only reason why. But yes, this is a fingering weight project. I am using 3.75mm needles. Is that why I feel like I'm running out of yarn? I'm not sure. Oh, the problem is I've mixed all these pages up, so I don't know. All I've got is where I'm at, which is that one, and they're not in order. But never mind. All that to say, ta-da! I nearly have a finished shawl. And I think this came from me thinking, I'm not going to do the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along in October. I'm going to finish projects. It then kind of made me look at this and think, oh, shall I see how far I can get on this project? And now that I'm this far, I'm like, oh, shall I just get it finished? Which is where I'm at basically, and what I'm going to do. So that is the Coffee Date Shawl by Under the Olive Tree. And I will be definitely catching up with Jo's channel today to see how she's getting on with hers. It's a beautiful pattern, it really is. I've really enjoyed it. I did mess up at one point because I didn't read the pattern properly, so I missed a stitch, but I managed to recover it in the next row, so that was absolutely fine. There was no problem. Other than that, yeah, it's a great pattern. Really like it. I really like the effect as well, so happy days. Right, what's the next one? Ooh, okay. This one is another project that I reckon I could have finished if I really just knuckled down, and it will probably be finished the next time you see it. But that is my Tolsta Tee. Oh, it looks really cute. It's brighter than that, but everything's being washed out because, there we go, that's a bit better, because the light's not great in here. It looks really small, actually. So this is my Tolsta Tee by Rebecca Clow of the Crea Bear. It's my first ever Tolsta Tee, so I'm really pleased. What have I done that's different? The neck I've done slightly different. I did cast on less stitches. I followed the instructions on the, because Rebecca in the pattern, she does the main pattern and then she does different variations of the pattern that you could do. So I chose the stripy one. Doesn't look stripy, we'll get into that in a minute. And that stripy one had a higher neck. So basically it's a deeper collar and also less stitches. But I did increase on the first round and I just followed those instructions and I'm really pleased. So there that is, because I didn't want a big gapey neck. I wanted it to be kind of huggy, and that's what I've done. So there you go, you can see I've done the sleeves as well. And now I have just started the ribbing for the bottom. So we're basically there. It's a really nice pattern. I've really enjoyed myself, and because it's a DK weight pattern, it went really fast. I wasn't sure I would have enough yarn to do the entire project with just the 2 skeins of yarn that I had, because I got yarn from, do I have the other band in here? I do, hold on, here we go, right. I got yarn from the wonderful Wildflower yarn, and it is in the colourway Fruit Kebabs, which was one of her colour of the month colourways, and it's really nice. It's really, really nice. But I do have quite a bit left, so I reckon I would have been fine with 2 skeins, maybe, because I got 200 gram skeins of this. Checked the grammage or the meterage, and I thought, oh, it's going to be a bit tight. So then I grabbed an undyed DK weight yarn, and I thought I'll do that for the ribbings, which I've done on both the sleeves, the neck, and what will be the hem. But what I've also done, which you can barely see, oh, you can see it there actually, I've actually striped every 6 rounds. I've done 2 rounds of the undyed, just to kind of get the yarn to go a little bit further. And it has worked, because I've got quite a bit left, which is good. And I probably didn't need to, thinking about it, maybe. I don't know. I might have been able to get away with it, but I think it looks nice. It adds a bit of a difference, a bit of interest. Oh, you can see those stripes actually. That's pretty cool. Kind of breaks up the swirling pattern that's happening. As you can see, like this purple kind of, why can't I do that? Here, the swirling pattern, there we go. That's happening within. That's quite cool actually. I quite like it. So it's going to be my really cute little Tolsta Tee. I'm really pleased with it. Really fun pattern, a lovely DK pattern. So I do have some blue yarn that I had initially planned to do my first Tolsta Tee with, but that is also assigned for a Tolsta Tee. So once I finish this one, I may even cast that one on, if I'm honest, and get that yarn used, because this is a really quick project. So really pleased with that, and very, very close to getting that done. Exciting times. Right, so that is that one. What have we got next? Ooh, so these are I mean, I haven't done a lot on them, but these are socks that I'm currently working on. And as part of my stash busting, I basically had a load of sparkle yarn, mostly from Joanna, from the yarn artist. They're really, really old skeins that I bought many, many years ago, back when she was known as Joanna Wood Paint. That's how long ago I bought these skeins of yarn, and it's about time I got them used. So if you've been following me for a little bit, you'll know that I am making presents with these skeins of yarn. I'm making a pair of socks for my sister, my brother-in-law, my mum, my dad, Rob and myself. So 6 skeins of yarn will get used to make nice sparkly socks. So for my sister, that's what these are. This colourway is called Dino Tree. As you can see, it is sparkly. It's one of my favourites actually. I'm not sure if Joanna still does Dino Tree when she does her Christmas colourways, but look out for it if she does, because it's beautiful. It's one of my favourites. But basically, my sister selected this skein, so I have been making her socks. I managed to try on a pair, the first socks. I finished the first sock, took it with me. Well, I'd almost finished it, tried it on her. She wanted the foot to be a bit longer. So I've done that, cast off, and I've started the second one. So here that is. And this is just a matter of following my notes for the first sock and just repeating it basically. And I am using the pattern by Summer Lee, and it is the Hibernal Socks, which has these lovely almost faux cabling going on here. I really, really like this pattern. It's lovely. So I'm going to do the same pattern for everybody. Everybody's got the same pattern. Everybody's got sparkly socks, and it's just going to be great. Just don't know if I'm going to be able to finish them in time for Christmas. Another reason why Vlogtober is going to be a work in progress month, I think. But yes, that's where I'm at with those. Right, what's next? What's next? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Right, that's this one. So this project is another cast on that I did last month, July. Yes, I did it in July. And I just wanted to cast on something simple, so I had something simple to work on, and I did. And I cast on another Sophie scarf. And basically this was in the want of using up more yarn that I have in my stash that I just need to get used, because again, I think these are Joanna Wood Paint skeins. Yep, they are. Both of these are Joanna Wood Paint skeins, but obviously she's now known as the yarn artist. These are, what are these? I think this is Monet's Woman with Parasol. That's it. They are both superwash sock. They are 75% merino, 25% nylon. And because I'm making a Sophie scarf, I am holding the two, because I had 2 skeins, I'm holding a strand from each together, so it's making it into a DK weight. And here it is. It's looking gorgeous. I wanted a nice Christmas scarf, a Christmassy feeling scarf, and I think that looks, I should say wintry. Wintry is a better word, but there it is. It's looking real nice. As you can see, that's where you saw it the last time you saw it. Where I was the last time you saw it. So I haven't done a massive amount. I'm just doing little bits here and there. But it's just one of those projects. It's just mindless. It's nice. I've got my clicker. I can just click the rows. And it's just nice. It really is. I love the texture and the feel of this. I do need to weigh the balls of yarn just to make sure that I don't overshoot the halfway mark, because I'm just going to use both the skeins until I'm probably like a couple of grams off halfway, and then I'm going to start the decrease side so I can use as much of the yarn as possible, is my hope. But yes, that's my Sophie scarf. Right, Sophie Shawl. I keep getting the two mixed up, it's ridiculous. Shawl is the big one, scarf is the small one, so I'm doing the big one, which is the Sophie Shawl. Right, the final work in progress that I have to show you isn't knitting or crochet. In fact, I had no crochet to show you today, but this one is a sewing one. I had I had a bit of time with my sewing machine, and I got some work done on my shirt. So this is my shirt that I've been working on. It's the first time I've ever made a shirt, so obviously there will be mistakes, but I'm really pleased with how far I've got with it. The last time you saw it, I had just put the collar in. So this collar was there before. What is new is that we now have a side seam. So the front and the back are seamed together. But the big thing is the sleeves are in, and I've done one of these. I don't even know what they're called, but I've done two of them because they're on both sides, but these things. So are they sleeve plackets? Where you've got the opening for your sleeve cuffs. There we go. So one of these. There you go. That opens and closes. So I've done those. And if I turn it round, you might be able to see it. There you go. Kind of. It's too jazzy a fabric to see it. But yes, so I've done that. I've even done the neat seams. So I've folded the raw edges over and I have seamed that in place, and the same with down the side as well. If I can, there we go. You can see that down the side as well. So they're really neat seams. There's no raw edges inside, which is great. Can I show you that as well? Oh, there you go. There's no raw edges inside. Can you even see that? I'm like holding it up and I don't think you can see it, can you? Ah, right, there. Nope, that way. There you go. No raw edges on the inside. That might be a bit close. There you go. Goodness me. So, what have I got left to do? I'll try it on in a minute and show you. But what I've got left to do is just hem the bottom. I've also got some corner gussets, side gussets to put in there. Obviously, I've got to put the actual cuff on. And then I've got to do the buttons. But that has been massive tasks done. Getting those sleeves in was quite the challenge, let me tell you. But yes, hold on a minute, I'm just gonna pop it on and show you it on. Ta-da! This is just mind-blowing to me. It's the first shirt, as I said, that I've ever made. So obviously there will be buttons, so it will button up. Oh gosh, getting myself tangled, there we go. I don't even know which way is going to go over which, but there we go, that's buttoned up. But that's how it's looking, and I am really happy with it. It's going to be a long shirt, oversized. It's going to be one of those that I can wear kind of like this, actually, over the top of a plain top, and I've got little shorts on at the minute, but it'll be fine over those. But I really, let me come back a bit, really like it. It's really jazzy. It's going to liven up an outfit for sure. But yes, once I get those cuffs in, that's going to be great. And I'll probably roll it up once I've got the cuffs on, but I really like it. And I think this is such a lovely use of this fabric as well, because I suppose I could have made like a dress or something, but I feel like a shirt is something I'm going to reach for a bit more, especially with this fabric, because I can remove it, I can add it, I can do whatever I want with it. And it's just really light and comfortable. So if it comes to an evening and I'm a little bit chilly, I can just throw it on. It's not really smart, but well, it kind of is because it's a shirt. But I really like it. And I think this fabric is great with it. And I'm so proud of myself for doing this, for one. I was proud of myself for doing the collar, for one. But then doing these, I was like, that's complicated, but I managed it. I was really proud of myself. So yeah, I really wanted to show you my shirt and the stage of it, because basically I can wear it now and that's just great. Obviously I need to finish it, but we're pretty close on that. So there you have it, my lovely shirt. Now I'm sure I said this before, but I gave the inside yoke, well, I used a different fabric for the inside of the yoke. These fabrics were from the last ever So Hayley Jane box, so I thought I'd better do something pretty special as well. And I'm really proud of myself, really proud. I just can't get over that the sleeves are in there. It looks neat, it looks tidy, it looks like a shirt, fits like a shirt. Pretty pleased. So yeah, I'm gonna put it away, hang on. Ooh. Well, it's not quite away, is it? But yes, anyway, right, so those are all the things that I've been working on and my progress on them. That brings us on to cast-ons, of which there are none this week, thank goodness. I could quite easily have cast a couple of things on. I've been heavily inspired by Rachel from This Nitty Life. She has recently finished, I think it's the Amadeo top or the Amadeus top, I think. I'll pop it in the description below, the pattern, but she's recently finished that, and she used the yarn from Botanical Yarn. It was the birthday cake yarn. It looked gorgeous. She did a really, really good job on that, and I thought it was beautiful, and it really inspired me to basically grab some yarn from my recent stash, because it's going to be the Yarn Artist yarn that I got a couple of weeks ago. It was that Starry Night, the speckled Starry Night, and I think that will make a really nice version of that top. So heavily inspired, and I will be casting that on at some point, and it was very, very difficult to not just go ahead and cast it on, but I'm trying to get things finished basically. So that brings us on to acquisitions. I've got 2 things to show you today. I've been very, very good, and not really bought anything actually, because both of these have been, one was a pre-order and the other one I bought on a 6-month subscription. So let's show you. The first one is this one, which is the Next Fairy Tales book by Toft. So there you are. It's the Animal Fables one. There's a third one coming. It's in pre-order now, and I have pre-ordered it because I wanted all 3. I think they're beautiful books. They are just gorgeous, and you can see on the spine they're really lovely, and inside just beautiful. And then Kerry has signed the book, and they're just lovely. They really, really are. So you get the stories, and you get, oh, it's just so nice. You get the story, so you've got your story here, and then a bit further down, so you've got story, and then it says patterns in this story. So basically they take the story and then they give you the patterns for certain aspects of the story essentially. So really lovely idea, beautiful book, and I just wanted all of them, so that's what came. And it also came with the lovely patch, so I will add that to my collection as well. Really nice. So happy with that. That will go on my bookshelf. There we go. Also quickly on the Toft, I can't remember if I said this, but Toft's advent calendar is now available for pre-order. I have decided that I am not getting it this year. I have had it for the last 3 years, I think it was. But this year I've decided to not get it, purely because I have a lot of Toft items in and around my house, and I have a lot of Toft items in storage. So I feel like I'm at capacity, basically. I've got a couple of other ones that I'm working on and other ones planned. But as it stands, I feel like it's not a good idea to get the Advent this year. For me, personally, as much as I would love to, I do think that I need to be realistic with the space that I have in this house. And at the minute, I just can't see... Yeah, I just can't see it. So I am making the decision to not get the Advent this year. It's going to be fantastic, I know it is, but no, I'm going to resist this year. Plus I have quite a few Advents anyway on pre-orders, so that's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's all good. So on to the final acquisition. This is from the lovely Rhiannon at Cozy Crab. So this is the August monthly stitch marker club. Is her logo's not there. So this is gorgeous, and actually you'll be really proud of me because there's something in here that's edible and I've not eaten it yet. Don't ask me how I've held off, I don't know, but I have. So let me get everything out because it's quite crinkly. Hold on. Right, crinkling done. So the first thing is, I'm not going to be able to show you this, am I? Because it's kind of in my hand. So these are some ringdings. There's 3 that I've got in here. Yep, 3 ringdings. That's the first thing. They're really good for when you're doing raglan sleeves, marking those, and also for if you're doing lace work, you can put them between each of the repeats. Really useful. Then also got this, which I think I'll be drinking tomorrow. So lemon and lime iced tea cold brew. I love iced tea so much. So I'm really looking forward to having that as well. Tomorrow, that's going to be tomorrow's treat. We also have this, which is the thing that I said, I don't know how I've not eaten it. It's a lollipop. Really yummy. So I'm quite looking forward to munching on that. Then we've also got these, which look like stitch markers, but they've got numbers on them. So there might be row counters, possibly. I do apologise for the crinkling, but I do have to show you. So there we go. And they've got numbers on. You can just see the number 100 on that one down here. So they do have numbers, and there's quite a few in there actually. I think they might be row counters, possibly, but got quite a few. So that's exciting. And then once I get them out the packet, it will make more sense, I think, with the numbers. Right, and then we've got some lovely stitch stoppers for the ends of my needles. Always useful because I always forget to put them on. So those are going to come in real handy. You may have noticed I didn't have any on my Tolsta Tee or on my coffee date shawl. So it's just not on, is it really? Then we have the stitch markers. So I will have to try. There is a really cute little turtle. Then I love this one. I had some flowers like this actually. A lovely little flower. That's really detailed. That's gorgeous. And then another little turtle. Really cute. Oh my gosh, there's quite a few on here actually. And then, oh, come on, out the way. There we go. Seahorse. Really cute. Oh, so cute. Right, and then is that the right way around? Oh, it's the same on both sides. That is a lovely little fish. And then finally we have, if I can turn it around, there we go, ice cream. Oh, that way. Ice cream. So those are quite a few stitch markers this month, and a really, really lovely box. Once again, it is gorgeous. I've been really enjoying these. So again, that's from Rhiannon at the Cozy Crab. I just adore her logo so much. Right, those are all to a side. That is everything that I have for you this week. I'm looking at the time. It's going to be quite a long one, I'm afraid, but it has been a little while. I am hoping to do a podcast as normal next week. Work has been a little bit quieter, but you know, there's always scope for something to happen. You never know. But hopefully I am back to normal now in terms of time and things like that. So I should be all good on that front. So yeah, podcast will be back. I don't know when I'm next going to be doing a behind the seams or a stash busting diary. I am hoping to do a stash busting diary first because I feel like I've not done one of those for a little while, and it would be nice to kind of catch myself up on that sense. But I will reassess at the weekend and see where I'm at with those sort of things. But for now, I'm going to leave that there. So thank you so much for watching. As always, really does mean the absolute world to me. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.